Assalamualaikum. We're just going to do a quick tutorial on attaching an invisible border trim. This is a request that has been made on one of the YouTube videos. Now I have done this several times, but if you've missed it in the past, then here's just a glimpse of what we're going to do. First of all, we've prepared the border. Okay, this is for one of the Pearl Perfect suits, and I've taken embroidery off from the side of the dress and attached it to some Banarsi fabric, and then used some underlining fabric and basically attached all them as neat as possible, attached the lining and then pressed it. So folded over, this is what it looks like. Now we've got a choice. We could have had the Banarsi going at the bottom or the embroidery going at the bottom. I've chosen to have the embroidery going at the bottom, so the Banarsi will be the double seam trim. Now the dress itself has all been finished off. I've measured the front and the back to make sure that any difference between the front and the back is taken out prior, in accordance with what the border, how much the border is going to be. So that's the front, and then the back was originally plain, which is this, and I've notched it just at the end, showing where I'm going to be attaching the border. Now this is right side of the kameez. I've stitched the rest of the kameez. Okay, so the right side of the kameez facing upwards. I'm just going to place this under the machine, and then the border, I'm going to do this in one go. Okay, so this is the right side of the fabric, and it's all been attached on. And now you can do this in two goes. If you find it easier, what I'll do is I'll do it in two goes so that it's easily explained as well. So I'm going to place this facing down, both the right sides facing each other, and I've actually iron marked this, so it just helps to I mean, it's a little bit difficult to see on the cream, so the camera you won't be able to tell, but I'm just seaming a straight seam. Normally I do this is just in one go, but I'm doing it in two goes because I want you to see just how simple and easy it is, and it just makes it easier for new beginners. Okay, so we've got the border attached on, and that's the full length now. Okay, what I would suggest at this stage is to measure the two so that you've got on the length, you've got it absolutely right. And if there's any, okay, that's, if there's any difference between the borders, then it's at this stage that you can increase and decrease. I would say do like a fairly wide stitching so that it's easily unpicked and amended. Ours is okay, so I'm going to turn the stitching down, and then that right side, you're twisting that around and bringing that side of the fabric. So this is all the right side, and you're bringing it over and taking it over onto the seam of the existing seam. Okay, and what's going to happen is as we stitch along, this part of the kameez is going to get folded, and it's almost going to become, I call this the snake-like procedure, where it thickens up. And now it's quite difficult to do if you're attaching a very narrow border. So this can only be attached on a sort of a wide border, because otherwise the seaming becomes very difficult. Okay, so as we tack this along, what's going to happen is the kameez daman is actually going to get trapped inside the, and this snake-like feature is going to become thicker. So if you've got a narrower border, then you are going to have a difficulty attaching it on. But if it's about 5-6 inches, normally you can do it with relatively ease. Even 4 inches you can do. This is probably about 4.5 inches. Now you can see that this snake-like edging is becoming a little bit more intense as we get on a general kameez. This works fine. Now that's attached. You're going to have to turn this inside out like such, and then once it's turned the right way, we're going to give it a press. Okay, so this is the wrong side, and then that's the right side, and once it's pressed it should sit nicely. So that's just an easy way of attaching the trim to the hem of the dress. So this has been covered several times, but if you've missed out, sometimes viewers and members just cannot be bothered to find the videos, so they make requests, and I try and fulfill customer requests, but often let me assure you that most videos on most techniques are already available on the YouTube channels. So I hope you found that easy enough. Now next, what we're going to do is, the rest of this dress is sewn. The only thing I've got to do is attach some piping onto this and then stitch the kameez, and I will show you the result of what this Pearl Perfect, slightly bit of a variation to the others that I've sewn.